Welcome back. Mr. Hettiaraj, now there was a delimitation commission appointed earlier. Now there's another committee going into the work done by the delimitation commission. Now, what exactly can this committee do to the work of the previous commission? Because is this a case of some people putting in certain ingredients and making a kottu roti, and then some other party comes along, and then they want to make a new kottu roti altogether? I mean, how does it work out? How does it work?
Yes. Now, the earlier commissions, it's appointed by the minister. It's a full authority. So, I mean, this is the first time for the local elections. Now they have started with the demarcations. But I think, I don't know whether you agree with me or maybe some yes. It was done by the political preparations. So with the previous government. Even though, but on the other hand, it was open for all the parties, including those days opposition party was the main was the UNP. Even they were able to submit their proposals, but unfortunately, the most of the proposal came from the ruling party at that time, SLP. So all the authority and the power and even the committee. So we can say it publicly even because when we had the last meeting with the local government ministry, I mean with the ministry and the district secretaries, so everybody raised that they have completed the district committee report and sent it to the center, but when it published the completely different report which they have sent from the district, because I can remember one district the election commissioner or someone said that okay, except one district the rest has changed, but then the relevant GA said no, our district report also changed by the center. So that was happened in the past. So that is why the present government has to reappoint the committee to revisit the whole thing and get the new proposal, new complaints, rather complaints of course, not the full proposals, to review and fair for everyone, for all the parties, and also the fair for the public. But they did not have authority to change the entire things. As Kirti also mentioned that there are some small changes, sometimes the names, sometimes the numbers, let's say in the main center in one city, so earlier they call it number 1. Now they call maybe number 12, 13 or whatever. I mean very simple things, but the people's feeling or the party's the feeling that it has to be number 1. So name, numbering, and also there are some occasions that the one GN divisions had divided into 2 divisions, 2 wards, and sometimes it's wrongly divided, considering the political situations. I mean, for example, let's say party 1 or party A do have the majority in one geographical area. Then the previous committee has divided into 2. Then nobody has a majority.
Yeah.
Or some cases, one party do have a majority. I mean, in Sri Lankan context, people knows that this village is UFP, this village is SLFP or something like that. They have organized multi-member seats. Sometimes maybe the 2 members, sometimes there are 9 occasions, there are 3 member seats. So these are wrongly done. It's not fair for everyone. So these are the issues they had to address. So my feeling, so they should have settled these issues within very short period, within maybe 3 months, 4 months period. With the same system, I mean they can use the same system which the commission has used in the past with the GA, the Assistant Election Commissioner in the relevant district, and there are 3 other members. So anyway, they use the same mechanism. So if they wanted to complete it within a given period, they would have to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the people of the country want to submit more complaints and delay the process. But I think the political party has some intent, or maybe, I mean, easily even you asked about these legal interventions. If somebody want to delay something, you can file a case.
Yes, because now what I heard was that when your fundamental rights case came up for hearing,
Yeah.
that was some days ago,
Yeah.
on the 30th of August,
Yeah.
is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Suddenly, 11 intervention petitioners had emerged from nowhere with 11 lawyers
Yeah.
wanting to join the process as intervention petitioners. So, doesn't that fill you with a sense of hopelessness? Because you can continue to do that. I mean, 11 petitioners from nowhere emerged from nowhere. I mean, is that correct? Yeah. What happened there?
I will tell you.
Yeah.
One example is more relevant in Pudukkudippu and Mudubadapattu. It's a couple of years ago. Some group of the people, it's a political motivated groups, they have filed a case asking the postpone. Election was scheduled, a date also the fix, and everything was done by the elections department. But the innocent citizens.
Does that have anything to do with ethnic divides in the north?
No, what they
Ethnic,
said was in
ethnic
the
political parties, is it?
ethnic political parties. What they said was that the situation in the area is not good for having elections,
suitable for
the elections. But what I'm trying to say is, if the innocent people in the village, they get to know the letter which has sent by elections commissioner in the same day. The group of the people in the Pudukkudippu area, they get to know that they got that letter. You see, they have sent the letter to the ministry. Same letter goes to the Pudukkudippu people. So it's a political motivated one. So then we also wanted to intervene, and we are asking sooner elections in the same situations, and we argue on that. But unfortunately, due to the court proceedings, it took more than 5 years. I don't know present situation now. We are not interested now. Anyway, it has postponed. Even though we
what is the guarantee that what happened in Pudukkudippu and Maritime Pattu is not going to happen in the whole country? What is the guarantee that we have?
There's no guarantee. In the present electoral act, in 2012 act, specifically says this local authority election can function with the previous system, not with the present system, right? So at any given time, we can go for elections if this case is settled.
In Pudukkudippu and Maritime.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it has postponed due to the court proceedings. So anyway, their purpose is completed. So no point just we intervene, even in a good faith. So I will tell you, I don't know, I should say that it was hard time for me to find a good lawyer to file this case. Because
relating to Pudukkudippu.
No. Even the present case. And also we had a discussion. Even though we are filing this case in a good faith, but as you said that with the court proceeding, it may be badly affected. So there should be some specific system, or at least for maybe a different court for this elections matters, with the priority and within the short period, we had to get the decision from the court. So we can't influence the court, but there should be even in the next parliament or even the next local reforms, we have to have some space for that. Otherwise, it will be hard time.
Yeah, Ranjan, now as Rohana says, there is absolutely no guarantee that what happened in Pudukkudippu and the Maritime Pattu Pradesh Sabha is not going to happen in the whole country.
Yeah.
And in the middle of that, you find this delimitation process taking place. Now the people hear about this in the news every day.
Yes.
Ordinary public, they hear about it, saying that okay, the elections commissioner comes on TV and says that we are going in for the delimitation committee is delaying things, and then the minister says that, and etc. Now people know nothing about what is going on. Yeah. What are they doing inside a room? I mean, how are they? There is no transparency, and the delimitation committee itself has not come out in public and volunteered some information. Well, one would think that given the situation that exists in the whole country and the interest in this local government elections issue, that the delimitation committee would have held a press conference and explained to the people what they are doing, how they are changing this thing, and there is no transparency in the process. So the people are just they are spectators in this. How would you look at that?
I mean, to address that issue, we should look into the political realities of the country. I think this is not going beyond of that political realities. Number one, I'll say, the people who worked to get this good governance government into power see that, if the local council elections are taking place, if the president and the prime minister fight against each other as political parties, compiled a separate, list down there. So, some of the strength of the political parties, the coalition, might be get weakened, and they will have to hard times with the election campaigning and all that. So the reformist agenda will be disturbed on that. So that is one of the arguments the people who demand, who work for this good governance government is thinking of, which they are not coming openly and talking about it. And in the same time, there are some organizations like us, we openly talk about this because this is an issue related to the democracy of the country. This is very much the very basics of the representative democracy, which affects the day-to-day life of the people at the local council levels. And that's why we keep on pressuring this for some sort of openness in this case. In the other hand, there's one other third layer, which making these technicalities and the demarcation as an excuse and try to show that they are doing all the good business, but here we are having a technical issue. I think which is not valid so far. It has well exposed, because during the last year or so, it was very much exposed. I will tell you very the concern factor. Marking the first year of this good governance government, January 8, 2015, we had a huge function at the BMICH, and we were invitees, and we took this, we raised this issue just after that particular grand function. And we said, now the government has completed 1 year, but when it comes to the openness and the transparency and the very basic principles of good governance, now the local councils are deleted. And we know there are delimitation issues, and that's fine, we have to address them, but let's do some openness. Let's try to cancel the Pudukkottai and Maritime Pattu elections, so then the new political parties can be registered. So then the new groups will come on. So that will definitely strengthen the multi-party democracy in Sri Lanka. So then the political leadership, the high political leadership said, yeah, that's a very good thing, and let's do it. We don't need expertise to, write 2 sentences to cancel the whole nominations of Pudukkottai and Maritime Pattu. There was no one will object in Parliament for such an exercise, because everyone sees that is the most democratic thing what we can do at this circumstance, and get the new political parties registered. So, having election is not the only way to ensure the free and fair elections. No, we have to make the very basics, we have to play with the very fundamentals of that. So it is the way forward for these sort of exercise. But even that is not taking place. The reason, it's very clear, they want to show these technicalities. continuously, as Rohana very correctly said, maybe just after the demarcation has done, even it's that part of the thing has done. So, this particular delaying process has exposed, and it shows the nakedness of the policies of the good governance government, I will say. So, they have to make a decision, and otherwise I think the people will raise their voices. I mean, we have given more than enough time. I mean, we didn't expect, when we are soft paddling this issue, I mean, we were talking about this for such a long time. At the very beginning, after March, we were talking very openly about this, because we saw the symptoms that, I mean, they are using the Delhi intact test. We have given enough time. I mean, we cannot no way justify if as it is going beyond the August this year. So now we are having a real issue. Are we ready to take up the challenge? Are we ready to challenge the government and say, here, enough is enough. You have played around us enough time now. So let's show your openness, or let's start discredit the way how they are talking and behaving, the gap between the reality and the fantasy.
We'll be taking a short break now. Stay with us.